G'day guys, welcome back to issue 10 of building the F40 Ferrari. A couple of things, there's going to be quite a bit to do in this one, so we'll get straight into the middle poster if you guys want to have a look at that. There we go, we've got a... And I do have to apologise, I've got a couple birds in here, so if they're going to make some noise, it's from them, it's not from me. Here we got a F400, sorry, I'll start that again, an F430 GTC. That's a nice one of that, so happy with that one. And they're not shutting up, I do apologise again. Okay. Like I said, we're going to be working into a bit more of the dash, and what else we've got to install. We've got a fuse box cover, and we also have, they call it a detail A by 3. Maybe they don't even know what part it is. We've got two air vents, I think it is. We've also got detail B, detail C, and detail E to put in, so maybe, yeah, like I said, maybe I don't know what it is. Okay, and we've got 3 multiple coloured red LEDs to put in, and there's also another 2 red LEDs to put in, and type Q screws by 5 to also, we've got them to tighten some things up with. But also I want to give you a quick mention too, if you're going to do this build, my advice is to perhaps maybe don't get too far in front with it. And what I mean by that is, say, instance, we're doing issue 10 now, and it's probably best off to say we're doing issue 10 now, you may have issue 20. Study the books, how you're going to put something together, because there's going to be some stages where you're going to be pulling stuff apart, putting other stuff on from late issues. So that's my advice to you on this build. So it's going to be, sometimes you're going to be pulling your hair out, but like I said, at the end it's quite a good build and it's quite a nice finish. So enough of me gabbling, we've got quite a bit to do in this, so I suppose let's get on with it. Okay guys, the first thing that it's asking us to do, put that back in place, is to position and press the first air vent into place. The mounting holes are noticed will indicate which is the correct part. So what it's saying here, there's a left hand side and a right hand side. So if we go, there's like a little notch there and a little notch there, as you can probably see that one more better, how there's a little bit of a notch. So there will be, so like this will be, let's say it's going to be the left hand side. So as you can see, I'll try and bring that into focus. Like I said, I'm not good with cameras at all, but I'm trying my best here. So I'll try and turn that around, try and get a good, yep, there you go. As you can see, that little point there, that's got to line up. So like 2 little lugs on the undercover as well. That's got to line up with there. And then once we've got that into position, I'm going to try and keep this in the position as much as possible. We'll turn it over a little bit, but I felt that go through. And that is firmly in place. We'll do the other side, same procedure, put that in firmly in place, making sure that little area there is in position. Press again, and we should be happy with that. No glue required here. As much as possible, I want to try and stay away from gluing parts with this felt. So there we go. That's that part done. Now, what it's asking us to do next is, as I turn the page, is we're going to be installing the what are we installing? The fuse box cover into place. So we've got our fuse box cover. That's our fuse box cover there. I'll put this down so we can have a more better look at that. So that's our fuse box cover there. Now what it's asking us to do is on the right hand side we're going to position this into place, and as you can see there, I'm trying to get that in there. Get my hands out of the way would be helpful, I guess. So what we've got here is we've got two holes there and there, which they got to match up with positioning those two. Try and zoom out, see those two holes there, so they got to line up with that. So we're going to put that in the correct way. Turn that around for you so you guys can see that as I'm putting that into place. And I want to make sure I'm pushing, so there we go. We're going to go there. I'm trying to keep this in focus for you, so yeah, there we go. That's a bit more better, I think. Yeah. So we got that there, got that in position. We're taking our, well, the only screws that are available to this. Now we can see our two holes there, but we've got to screw this in. Now just be careful, but I'm not using any oil because there's no need to for this. Just be careful when you're putting these in that you don't over tighten. I'm trying to find the hole, which I found that one, I hope. Nope, I'm going to undo that. I'm not happy with that. We'll try that one again, try and straighten that up. Yep, I think I'm happy with that, but I won't over tighten that at the moment. Now we'll use the other screw. Put that into, try and get that in the view for you, into this one here. That one's going in nicer for me, so I'm happy with that. Now, like I said, don't over tighten, just until you can feel that box is not going to move anymore. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave that, tighten up the other side. Oh, Jesus. Come on, work for me. Trying to grip it too much. And once I have got that done, I'm happy with that. And I'll turn it over, and there we go. We've got that in. We've got that in position. So happy with that. And it's looking good. Now we've got that all tightened up. Now it's asking us to put in the red LED in position. Now I'm going to find out where this guy goes. So we have to look at our front here before we put this in. I'm trying to get focus for you. So, okay, we've got, it's got to go in through these two holes here. That's where the LED goes into, and that's what they're saying, the LED, but I don't think these are going to light up somehow. So what we'll do is see if I'm going to have to bring over my magnifying glass, because I want to make sure that there's a correct way. And by the look of that, we're going to be fitting it in with a that hole there is that hole there is where we're going to be using a, I think it's Q screw. So we're going to be putting that in. So I'll fit that in. There we go. Yeah, fairly loose actually. It's oh, that's the reason why it's fairly loose, because I'm going in the wrong way. You got to put it in through the rear. That makes a bit more sense. Well, having a brain fade. Let me use my tweezers here, because that's going to be probably the best result to get that in. And where are they? Probably going to have to take it off camera, maybe. Nope. It's been nice for me, I think. Just want to make sure that I'm looking at that, and if I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to take it away for a little bit. Yep, holes match up to that. Always best off to have a pair of magnifying glasses too. So there we've got it fitting comfortably in there, which I'm going to be putting in a screw in. Another Q screw. But like I said, these are plastic, so do not over tighten. As we put it in here. Probably should have brought out my rubber mat for this as well. Just to make sure I'm not damaging this felt would be best off. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, as we can see, a lot of parts to put in. Now, what it's asking us to do is to attach the three coloured lights. These guys here. I'll put this down, and you can see how tiny these guys are. One green, one orange, and one red. Now it's going to be the same situation. These guys will go in. Try and get a good picture there. They'll pop out through these three holes here, and they're obviously going to screw into that hole there. So we'll put that in, and we'll put it in through the back this time. And let's see if I can do this without the tweezers, and yes, I pretty much can. So that's in there comfortably. It can only go in one way, and we're grabbing another Q screw. I'll just put that down. Grab that. And we are going to put that into that there. Be nice to me. Yep, happy with that. So we'll keep on screwing that in. So that's all good. I'm going to leave it at that. And there we go. So, a bit hard to see that, isn't it? So here we have, yeah, red on that side, orange on that in the middle, and green on the outside. So, now we've done that, now it's asking us to, now here it gets a bit tricky because from what I've heard, I'll try and bring that into focus. From what I've heard, there is some part in this between the British version and the Italian version that there is a part that I've heard that there's a part that where is it? It's somewhere here. No, I must have put it away. But there is another part to this that is something to do with the British version, but we're not using it in this because apparently the British version has, instead of this being black, it's like a light brown colour. The Italian version is the black colour, so we're going to be doing it by the book, I believe, but they have given us extra parts to put in the dash if you want it to be, I don't know, British version, so I've been told. But yeah, let's get stuck into the rest of it. Sorry to confuse you about that, but just you're going to get those parts in the book, so fortunately you might want to know what those parts are. Now, we're going to be installing the parts which are the what they call detail A by 3. We're going to be sticking them in there. And I'll bring that up. Bit more focus. Yep. We'll be sticking them there, there, and there. We're not using this last hole apparently, so we'll put them in. I think they are just going to push in. So, that's pushed in. So that's one of them. Don't know if I might see later on. Might have to put some glue at the back of these just to hold them in there. And we've got another A part, detail part, pushed in there, and then we got another one there as well. So there are the 3, they call them detail A by 3. So they're all in. Hang on, so you can see them. So they're all in there, as you can see. Now then we've got to put in, what else we got to put in? E and C parts. No, we've got to put in the B part, I think, by the looks of this. I'm going to have to flip back over the page, make sure the B part that I'm grabbing is the correct part. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure of that. which is classified as, I think that's classified as a B part by memory. No, I'm going to be wrong. No, I am right. Detail B. Been a long day. Alright, B part is going to go into, as I'll focus back in to this. So B part is going to, I might have to turn this around myself to make sure before I show you guys, is going to be right there. That's B part. They're just knobs, I guess. So I'm going to push that in once I find it. There we go. So that's B part in there. They're just like little knobs, really. Okay, now we can get on to E and C part. Now, E part goes directly underneath here in this hole. So this is like an old I'm trying to think of the word. No, never mind. I forget what the name of it is. Oh, choke. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. It looks like an old choke pulley thing. I'm just going to take that away from the camera so I can have a look at that more properly. Yes, okay. There's like, this is not fully rounded off, this part here. It's not, hang on. It's not a full circle, that part there. If you could see that, it's sort of like chopped away, flattened out at the end. So there is a certain way that this goes in. So sorry guys, my other camera shut off, flat battery. But that's the end of part, that's the C bit. I've got to go back to put to make sure, but yeah, that's all the parts in. There we go guys, that's issue 10 done. That was a long issue, but quite happy with that. Like I said, there is a bit of a difference between a British version and the Italian version, so I'm only guessing this dash is the Italian version. It's just what I've heard, but yeah, all good. Issue 11 is where I consider is where the build starts for me. That's starting on the motor itself, so yeah, that's all these bits and pieces of parts all put together. Like these parts now will just get wrapped up, put away for the next for 15 issues or something like that before you even touch these again. So that's the reason why, if it was me building this and I wasn't doing a YouTube on this, I'd be leaving from issue 1 to 10. Wouldn't be putting them together at all until they're ready to go in the actual car. But that's like I said before, to just if you're going to do it, get about, you know, be about 20 stages behind, so you can sort of like look at the issues in the books coming up to sort of like later stages, because you are going to need to look at it, because there are going to be, like I said before, there are going to be sort of like some issues where you're going to have to be taking the part off to putting the further part on. It really is a jigsaw puzzle, but yeah, that's the only advice I can give to you. Until then, thank you for watching this, and thank you to the viewers again for keeping on watching this, even though I'm not one of these gurus that do heaps of these photography stuff, if you could say, these YouTube stuff. But I'm hoping you enjoy it, and please, any comments down below, and please subscribe. It would really help me out. Thank you very much.